Host Nicole Byer. This is my last night hosting. I know. I've had a great week here at the show, and I wish I could stay longer. But I have to get back to my one true passion, sitting. And I'm going out with a bang. And by that, I mean Guillermo and I are going bone on Jimmy's desk after the show.
Yeah, I'm ready, honey.
Yeah, start stretching. Oh, mi amor. Did any of you see the meteor shower this week? In case you were too busy looking at your phones, this was the view of the meteors from Croatia. Sadly, there's so much light pollution in LA, the only stars I can see are the ones that cut me off in traffic. And yes, I'm talking to you, Jay Leno, driving your old-ass steam-powered jalopy. Get the f*** off the freeway, you double denim-wearing bitch! Meanwhile, back here on Earth, today was the first day of school in LA. And if you're wondering why school is starting on a random Thursday in the middle of August, the answer is simple. The state of California hates children. But school is important because it prepares kids for all the jobs that will someday be taken away from them by ChatGPT. I mentioned the other night that Taylor Swift has a new album on the way, and yeah, one person's excited. One white lady said, me! Okay. And yesterday, she revealed the track list and the cover art for the new album. There are 4 different versions of the cover, all with their own subtitles, including It's Frightening, It's Rapturous, and It's Beautiful, which are also things that have been said to me by my gynecologist. As always, the Swiftyverse is brimming with all sorts of theories about Taylor's new album, but no discussion about it was more riveting than the one this morning on Good Day Northern Michigan.
Because, you know, Taylor Swift, she hides all her Easter eggs of what's to come and everything. They're talking about how one of her last nights of the tour, she was wearing orange, and maybe I'm wrong. And then people are thinking, like, from one of her music videos, there's, like, 2 Taylors, and one of them was, like, that album, and the other one's this album, and the other one's a big Taylor Swift and a roof in the Bejeweled video, and they're like, she's doing the Super Bowl.
Huh.
Whew. That was the sound of a man's soul leaving his body. Here's the totally unsurprising sign of the times. According to a new study, only 33% of Americans trust the federal government. The study was conducted by the Institute of Our President is a 34-time convicted felon. Boom! Got him again! One last time! Abraham Lincoln famously said, the federal government is of the people, by the people, for the people. See, okay, that's the problem right there. Have you met the people? We suck. And of course we have trust issues with our leaders. Back in 2016, we dated this awful guy for 4 years who cheated on us with a porn star and lied about literally everything. And then we immediately jumped into a relationship with a much, much, much older man who promised to take care of us and then kind of just like wandered off into the woods. So now we're back with our terrible ex, and he's crazier than ever. And we can't stop fantasizing about that smoke show we shacked up with in college who gave us health care. Yes, we can. Ooh, my goodness, I got distracted there for a second. Ooh, back to work. Hey, speaking of work, I made myself laugh with that transition. Speaking of work, you know how the big trend with young people was quiet quitting? Well, now there's a new thing around the office called quiet cracking. This is when you go to work, but you don't really love it, so you just sit there and quietly deal with it. It's a phenomenon previously known as having a job. Can you imagine some Gen Z employee trying to explain this to a bunch of coal miners from the 1920s? I just, don't feel like I'm thriving, you know? It doesn't seem like my boss ever, sees me, you know? Your boss literally can't see you because you work at the bottom of a mine shaft. But my therapist says I'm just not reaching my full potential. See, for me, and I'm in my late 30s, so for me, quiet cracking is when you try to sneak out a fart in church. Toot, toot. All right, it's time to get freaky. Who wants to play a game? All right, this is called the Pedestrian. pedestrian question, and it's very simple. We went out to Hollywood Blvd and asked a bunch of people the same question, which was, you ever been handcuffed? We're gonna see people introduce themselves, and then together we're all gonna guess whether or not they've been cuffed, okay? Got it? All right. Here's our first pedestrian.
I am Billy Black, and I am from Augusta, Georgia.
Billy, have you ever been handcuffed?
All right, has Billy Black ever been handcuffed? All right, let's find out.
Yeah.
Why were you handcuffed?
I ain't even gonna say.
Well, too late. We're all picturing it right now. Okay, who's our next passerby?
I'm Harrison from New Zealand.
Harrison, have you ever been handcuffed?
Okay, yeah. What do you think? Has our friend from New Zealand ever been handcuffed? What are we saying? All right, let's find out.
Yes.
Why were you handcuffed?
Playing around with a friend.
What kind of friend?
A sexual friend.
That's my favorite kind of friend. Let's do another one.
Brad Patton from Augusta, Georgia.
Brad, have you ever been handcuffed?
All right, has Brad from Georgia ever been cuffed? Let's see.
Yes.
Why were you handcuffed?
Fishing. Because I'm from the South.
Why'd you get handcuffed for fishing?
Because I didn't have a trout stamp.
I'm just gonna assume that's a sex thing I've never heard of. Who's next?
Doug Ball, I live here in LA.
Doug, have you ever been handcuffed?
Has anyone ever slapped cuffs on Mr. Ball? Yes. Survey says?
Not by the police.
Doug, would you consider yourself a freak?
No. Just regular handcuff guy.
Something tells me Doug's been to Diddy's house. Let's do one more.
My name's Caitlin, and I'm from Madison, Wisconsin.
Caitlin, have you ever been handcuffed?
Has Caitlin been cuffed? All right, let us see.
Not yet, but that might change.
What would make it change?
Like a really good date and maybe like $60.
Hey, times are tough. And one more thing, it's Thursday night, which means it's time to bleep and blur the big TV moments of the week, whether they need it or not. It's This Week in Unnecessary Censorship.
Now to this, because this is the news for a lot of people. Swifties got Wednesday night.
U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin will next week in Alaska.
All right, choppers, beware that labubu you've been and I know you have been. Maybe a lafufu. What?
I can't wait for that time to clock out and go home and take a shit.
One man has been arrested after he himself during a police chase.
Talk to us about the reactions you're getting when people come on your.
Well, they show a lot of pride.
My friend Dawn 2 cats, and I went with her one afternoon to buy a bag of litter.
The president's going out of his way to the same White House reporters who also call him a dick. Some of the nicer things they've said.
I want to Tim Cook.
Thank you so much. Those are some great tips, great ideas.
Did you ever any or something before you go out and pitch and relief? Oh, yeah?
All the time. I a lot of Joe.
And we are learning how to an oyster.
We're going to see. We'll see if we have all of our fingers when that's all done. Plus, Sherry Shepherd.
Let's start by throwing out this box.
Oh, not that box.
Do we really need this?
That's my shit in a bottle.
And this?
That's my other shit in a bottle.
Guillermo, do you know how many subscribers we have on YouTube now?
20 million.
That's right, yeah. That's why we're wearing these glasses. Thanks for being a subscriber. If you're not, help us get to 20,000,001.